This is Reverend Pam Geagan for the Center for Spiritual Living Pleasant Valley in Camarillo, California. And it's wonderful to be with you this morning as we go into our Tao meditation. And so what we're going to be doing now is learning and just being with the Tao during this series. And as we are learning and being with the Tao, I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to relax us in today and then connect with Source. And then we're just going to listen into the silence about what is flowing in and through and out us. So there is a story about a master Taoist, and he is an ancient Taoist who was a philosopher, and his name was Chong Zhu, and he was sitting one day in the sun with his wet hair cascading around his shoulders and just feeling so great. And his students gathered around him, and of course they want to help him and be with him and be in his energy, and so they were waiting patiently, wanting to know what they could do. And so first they say, "What are you doing, Master?" And the old sage looked up and he said, "Drying my hair in the sun." And the students anxiously said, "Well, can we help you?" And he looks at them and he said, "What is there to be done? I'm sitting in the sun, in the beauty of everything, resting in the origin of all things." And this is a story that is difficult to understand because it's about the mystery of all life. And I say, I love the mystery, and all life is a mystery. And that is what we are on this search, is connecting and remembering that mystery of life, which lies in and through and as us. So the mystery of all life is the Tao. If that were a summation of the Tao, it is everything and anything being revealed in and through and as us. So it's about the journey into the very center of everything beyond the dichotomy of doing and being. And yet it includes both. It exemplifies honesty, sincerity, simplicity, oneness, and the spontaneous flow of naturalness. And when nothing is done, nothing is left undone, is the philosophy. And that's really something, ain't it, as I say? So many times when we don't know what to do, which happens a lot in my life, I'm sure it happens in smaller areas of your life too, or not larger areas. You know, what task to do first, what is the most important thing to do, what to eat, what not to eat, what to be, what not to be, where to go, not go, who to hang out with, not hang out with. All of those things go on constantly. You know, what bills to pay, what bills not to pay. It goes on and on and on. And so when that happens inside of us, there is that state of confusion. And what I've learned is when you go into the stillness and you just sit in the silence and do nothing, like the master in the story I told, you're in the Wu Wei. And that is the core of the teaching of Wu Wei, is non-striving. Wu Wei in Chinese means non-striving. So in this busy world, overdoing has done more harm than any good could possibly. And so Tibetan masters sum it up like this: beyond action and inaction, the sublime Dharma, the eternal and inherent nature of reality, regarded in Hinduism as cosmic law, underlying right behavior and social order, the nature and beauty regarded as universal truth taught by the Buddha, is the Dharma. It is the teaching, and it has that aspect of truth or reality in it. Once we are in that Dharma, that law, and going under that social order of teaching, once we are there and that is accomplished, the peace of the Tao that surpasses all understanding is something we can experience. So when we learn to live in the flow, in the Tao, it is about coming into reality and into our life as things actually are, what the Buddhists call the natural state. So rather than building skyscrapers into heaven or bridges over the raging river of samsara, the cycle of death and rebirth, to which life in the material world is bound, to reach the so-called shores of nirvana, the idyllic place or perfect happiness that we desire, we could recognize that all life, everything is flowing through us right here and right now. There is nowhere to go, there is nothing to get, and everything is perfect as it is right now. And our life is unfolding perfectly beyond knowing, beyond what's happening all around us. We see all of the deep inner work that we've been doing in this planet that seems to be, the darkness seems to be coming up to be released, and let the light shine in from that Tao, as I say, because that deep inner knowing has a lot to do within us of trusting and being faithful to Source and knowing that things are perfect just as they are. And so it's not about hiding our heads in the sand or turning our backs with cold indifference with anything, or dropping out. 500 years before Jesus, Taoists taught passive resistance continues to inspire and change the world. It inspired Jesus, we believe. It inspired many of the greats in our world, people like the Dalai Lama, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, and so many saints and sages throughout all of the eons of time. So the ancient masters and sages taught us how to be supple like water, and that is the Tao. Flowing rather than using strict, rigid, or static boundaries, water is the strongest element, stronger than even stone. Water will eventually wear everything down and carry it away. So the Tao is like divine source in the continuum of the underlying reality. And the great Tao is boundless and groundless. It is flowing and dynamic and unmoved amidst all of the infinite changes that have existed since the beginning of time. So the ancient Taoists taught to have us yield and overcome. It's because you cannot be broken in that flow. And you can bend and also be straight. So these are powerful words and truths spoken to power. Wisdom, as wisdom does, awakens oneself, awakens the whole world. On this path to awakening is the willingness for us to deeply examine and consider what we may have not been willing to consider or even entertain up until now. So listen to these words and think of them as in the meditation. Although listen to your own self and think of these words as poetry, not trying to make sense of each and every word, but absorbing them like the harmony in the perfect melody of a song that you love and you feel in the depth of your soul. And be and feel that harmonious flow within you. And when you feel like you're at one within the melody, let it wash over you, and you will suddenly achieve understanding and comprehension of what it's all about in this thing called life. So now we're just going to relax in here, and then we're going to do meditation in the quiet. And so as we go within, just feeling that energy coming down from the crown chakra that is in, so to say, to the north, to the left, to the east, to the west, to the north, to the south, to the up, to the down, that is surrounding all of us right here and right now as we relax in, and it's coming down, that energetic presence we are that surrounds us, opening up to us and letting it flow down the crown chakra and through the middle to the middle eye. Just relaxing in, and then going down from the middle of the forehead down to the jaw, relaxing the jaw. And I always say, sometimes we may even feel like we're slack jaw in this. And then coming around, down the neck, just the vertebrae of the neck, relaxing in, going down to the upper shoulder, relaxing in, down the back, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. And just that energetic presence going down the back and around. And going down the upper arms, down the elbows, down the lower arms. Relaxing and feeling that energy, that flow, that Tao, being in the Tao, in the flow, in the nirvana of the flow. Not fighting or resisting, letting the flow go down the arms, out the fingertips, back up the arms, back up to the shoulders. Now that energy going back down the back, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. See it, feel it, be in it, relaxing, just relaxing the back, all the way down to the sit bone, energizing that whole spinal column, and then coming back in and up, and coming back right around the heart chakra where the lotus sits. Relaxing the heart and seeing a deity as the lotus is opening there, or just the beauty of the lotus. An angel that supports you. Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, Lao Tzu, where the Tao came from, his writings, the Tao Te Ching. And then that energy wrapping around and then coming right back down to the solar plexus, the wonderful golden light of the solar plexus. And then going back down to the orange chakra, the sacral chakra, and then going back down to the root chakra, the wonderful red ruby chakra. Relaxing in, just that energetic presence, relaxing in. And that red ruby presence, then that energy going down the hips and around the hips, down the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, out the ankles, the feet, the toes, going straight down into that middle earth and just relaxing in, just being in the moment, listening to my voice. And then that energy coming right back up from the soles of the feet. And coming right back up all the way from the very crown. And let us breathe in and connect. And on the in-breath, I always use God, whatever name inspires you. Jesus, Buddha, God, Moses, Mohammed, Elohim, Eloah. Just breathe it in. With God is, on the out-breath, I am. God is, and I am. And so just settling in. Listening to the Kashi bells. And just go deep within that place in your soul. And connect. And let any thoughts you have waft up. Put them in the light and bless them. And in the silence, if someone comes to you, Jesus just came to me, ask them to reveal that which needs to be revealed. For your thread in the cosmic cloth to reweave and become the strength of the divine, expressing perfectly in our mother's body, our Mother Earth, so that her thread may be strong and weave into the strength of this universe, and so the universe may be strong in their thread, connecting all of the universes that lie within and lie without, in every cell, every living, breathing, flowing, energetic presence. And so when I ask, what is mine to do? My personal path today is to embrace those wanting this love and support, both personally and energetically, of who I am. Love points the way. Wisdom is the way. We have all the wisdom we ever need. It lies and it sits in the center of us. Just continue to support self and all in that unconditionally middle way And those who are considered unlovable, pour love on them. All is lovable. All in this oneness. It is the degree of pain and suffering that lies within that dictates how much love we can absorb, how worthy we feel, and our next steps. And all are from the divine source that created us so it would know its own self. The aspects of pain and suffering, the aspects of compassion, the aspects of true love in the power and presence of the One, the One, the One. So today, I stay the course. I embrace that middle path, the middle way as the Buddhists call it, from the passion of the heart. I remain that rock of faith. I listen deeply, and I am in the flow. And when I come to that bridge over samsara, the bridge of pain and suffering, the cycle of life and death, and going to nirvana, I just take a moment, relax in the flow, resisting nothing, embracing it all, and listening deeply when to act, when not to act. In this moment, and all moments today, I am embracing the all-creative power from which I came and to which I am returning. And of course, personalize these words in the I am, knowing there is only the one reflecting in and through all. I am trusting my essential nature. I am letting go of all polarities and live in the indivisible oneness of the Tao. Knowing that goodness and godness, the thing itself, are one. And I trust who I am, a child of God. And so as I leave you today, have a blessed day. Namaste. Be in the flow today, embracing it all, taking time to be contemplative and recognizing who you are in this flow. Peace out. I love each and every one of you. God is the presence and the power behind it all. Mwah! I'll see you tomorrow on the flip side.